Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1.
Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Marvel Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the Marvel Universe.
Excelsior to you, our merry Marvel Movie Society. I'm waiting on Cook to say something, and he's not saying.
I'm listening to Spotify.
Welcome back to our 10th show of the year, 2015. How many is that in total?
23rd, I think.
23 in all.
23, yeah, I still can
Episode
count.
23, yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, you're
Kind
back.
of.
We missed you last week.
That's okay. I heard I had a doppelganger, a long-haired doppelganger.
We had
so
another redhead in.
That's perfect.
We can only replace you with redhead.
Actually, we're interchangeable. It's fine.
We are
We're the
There it is.
We are the Marvel Movie News, coming to you live from the Danger Room, where we tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News, or find us through the Popcorn Talk Network on YouTube, / Popcorn Talk Network. You can also find us through the Popcorn Talk's websites now, popcorntalknetwork.com. I melted down.
Are you okay, Cook?
Yeah, I'm worried for my friend.
Oh, he's just having a
see the
seizure.
nose start bleeding. I'm like, he's under psychic attack.
You can also follow us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN, or find us on Facebook through Marvel Movie News. Please like us, and guys, by the way, from Steven in the booth, if you tweet out our link to the show, if you're on the live chat, if you'll tweet out our link to the show, we'll retweet you.
Yeah. And hit us up on iTunes, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Rate us, leave a comment. That's how we get to keep coming back to you week after week.
After week. So please do that.
We really like being here, and we want to keep giving you guys awesome stuff. So please support us by tweeting us out. Sorry, I'm really sick, so I don't have much of a voice. It went from sexy voice to I don't know what. I'm just going to sound like a munchkin.
It's powder puff.
Sexy munchkin.
I like the powder puff.
It's okay, audience.
It's all right.
okay.
I'll live.
I am Matt Key at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko at Placko.
Matt Cook at Matt Cook tweeted, you got to stay in line, guest.
I'm here in this chair.
Now, it makes sense to go that way, but Matt always points at me.
I was going with transition.
I'm not mad at you.
Okay, good.
You're probably
I get it. Come on.
There was a 3, and I was like, I'm going to go with it.
I'm with you.
Outside, inside, sure.
Yeah,
That
let's
doesn't make
ignore
sense.
clocks. At Coy Jandreau is my Twitter, because my name is Coy Jandreau.
Whoa.
Coy, the reason why you're last is because it has to go MMM, and you're the random C. I'm sorry. You make up the comics.
That hurts.
Of
Did
the Marvel.
they redhead in the center, like, as a thing, too?
Yep.
I feel like there's a lot of
It really
judgment.
is.
Lots of
We're the
judgment from us.
stepchildren. But we also have an awesome guest hanging out with us today.
Aaron King, hello.
Aaron King at A the King 88.
Nice.
It's a good one.
Is that the year you were born?
It is, yeah.
Oh, come
no,
on.
1 through 87 were taken, so
So,
I settled on 88.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you for coming here.
Yes.
And we're excited to have you on. So, we have a somewhat light news week.
I just want to say real quick, sorry we're starting a little bit late. I was on my way here, and I got clipped by a bike messenger. And you're supposed to say, what? And I go,
What?
bike messenger. Knocked me down. I'm Tobey Maguire in the first Spiderman movie. With all the excitement and joy. That they brought into it. They loved it, right?
Yeah, they loved
bike
it.
messenger. Knocked me down.
I didn't know one man could laugh like so many different ways.
Well, he's a very gifted
He's a gifted
ventriloquist.
individual.
Yeah,
he
I've
is.
many
Yeah. See, there you go.
When did we walk into a sitcom?
I don't know. But Bill Polahan on our live feed said that Aaron has some awesome eyebrows.
He really does.
Congratulations.
They're
digging the eyebrows.
Many women in LA would be jealous of those. And I'm not even joking.
Yeah. So we've got a light news week.
Talking about eyebrows.
So, breaking news.
But we did. What news we do have is pretty great. It's the DareDevil trailer hit, a second DareDevil trailer. And what makes that so fun is that it had the Kingpin.
I love that it was like his POV in the beginning. That was so smart.
Well, I love how they bookended it with Kingpin saying, "I'm I can't leave this city. I've got to save this city," and then it ends with Daredevil saying, "I've got to end this city." And you can see the struggle that this whole series is going to be, and it's kind of fun.
I like that they. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go on.
I like that they've been pitching it like it's a very blurry line between Kingpin and Daredevil, and then in this trailer he's like, the line's a blur. I'm like, they are very on the nose. This is a very blurry line.
Word lines.
Very important.
You know, and so I've seen a lot of people criticizing why is the Kingpin in black. But if you notice, you see Murdoch in a white suit, and I think putting Kingpin in black is really interesting because they're kind of setting up as a traditional good guys wear white, bad guys wear black. But I think after a certain point, you kind of realize Kingpin, while he does a lot of terrible things, he's doing it for what he thinks is an overall good. It's not one of those like murky lines. I mean, he knows he's doing terrible things, but he wants to, in his own way, save the city.
The ends justify the means for him.
And I think it's going to be interesting that at the end of it, we might actually see him don that traditional white suit.
I feel like that's going to be his Daredevil suit. I feel like they're going to give him, they're going to christen Daredevil, and they're going to christen like him with the white suit. It's just going to be this. We'll get the symbolism like that last episode. I hope.
Yeah. I think that's a really astute observation. They may like kind of reverse the colors and everything and kind of transition, because I think they're going to do the same thing with Daredevil, like having him like end in the red suit, for Defenders and whatever else he ends up being in. So I know things, but I don't want to spoil things. But I will say I really think that the morality play that they're putting into this series is going to be awesome. And also, so guys, on the 10th, when Daredevil comes out, we have actually booked the Popcorn Talk studio, the screening room, and we're going to be hosting an all-day marathon. We'll be live streaming it. We'll be having guests come in and out through every episode. So set your calendars now that you can watch it with us.
That's great.
It'll be a lot of fun.
With the white suit, though, like...
I used to dream what it would be like to live somewhere far away from Hell's Kitchen. But I realized the city was a part of me.
Oh, we can talk over it.
I see.
This is new. Sorry.
Shots off.
But I was wondering, this is our first video.
Yeah.
This is a brand new thing for us.
This is exciting.
We've upgraded.
We're legitimate size.
But like, it's interesting to me because Kingpin in the comics is always in that white suit. But does that mean where this is a pretty realistic take on the characters? Is he's gonna be like Doug Funny and have like just a closet full of white suits and just like the same outfit?
Yeah.
Like,
I want that reveal so bad. I want to see him just open the closet and be like,
giant Kingpin sized closet.
It would have to be a massive closet.
Yeah,
if they had like a comic book size scaled Kingpin.
Oh god,
Stick looks so great.
Wait to see
Yeah,
and
and
like,
Eldon Henson is fun.
Yeah.
He's so strong.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like though the eye lines are off.
What?
No, I'm kidding. That's because they're blind. That's an acting thing.
Oh, and there's been like a lot of questioning online about what this song is. Like everyone loves this song, and if you know it, I want to know it too.
Oh, okay. Anybody at home?
Shazam failed us.
Yeah, Shazam has failed us. I saw something earlier about it, but like the song hasn't been released or something like that.
Yeah, I think they had original or music done just for the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Foggy, it's Foggy. He does open mic nights.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. They're trying to round out that character a little more than just in the waistline.
Aw.
I just love how cinematic it looks. This looks like a 13-hour David Fincher Soderbergh movie.
I know. I got so excited though in the shot with the chemicals.
Yeah.
Because I saw that bright yellow, but it was police do not cross tape.
Yeah.
I thought it was the actual chemical.
I think we'll see it.
And then I went back and looked, and I was like, darn.
Oh.
This is great at the end. This
guy.
guy.
Yeah. This guy.
Maybe if he had an iron suit or a magic hammer, that would explain why you keep getting your asses handed to you.
He's got broomsticks.
That's so great. Like, I mean, so like, good. Just that one little last piece is like, no, we're in the MCU. It's cool. Like, we're here, and everyone is aware of us. Like, I love that.
And I think it's interesting too to bring in. I mean, a character like Daredevil, especially in what he appears to be so far in the trailers and stuff that we've seen from this. He seems to be very alone and street level, and then to reference two of the mightiest, Earth's mightiest heroes next to them, like the idea of them meeting up and what Daredevil could possibly have to say to them and what they could say to him of like, you don't have to break everybody's nose.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, I do. Like, that's the only way they stop.
That's the way this works in Hell's Kitchen.
Well, I feel like they're setting up all the Defenders to be like such. They all picked them as street level very intentionally. Like, I feel like the Defenders they assembled are very strongly themed, so that when we have the dichotomy with the Avengers and Defenders, it'll be like a parent.
Well, and they're relatable superheroes. That's what the Defenders always are. You know, me as a citizen of, you know, New York or Hell's Kitchen, I can kind of relate to Daredevil when you look at people. I mean, Thor is a literal god. It's not even like, oh, he has a god, you know, oh, it's like Iron Man, he's like a god. No, Thor is an actual god. And I really love that they're grounding the world of superheroes, which I also think is going to be great for Marvel as a whole, because, you know, there's been some people saying, oh, the age of superhero movies, that's coming to an end. And I'm like, no, it's just getting getting started.
Just getting started.
And they've done such a good job with so many different themes. Like, they have a god, like you said. They have Captain America, which is like nostalgia based. They have like everything, and Iron Man's technologically based, and then space with Guardians.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they've added another layer that has more layers in it, and it's on a separate medium, like, it's just they have such an empire. It's crazy.
They are starting to own everything. Yeah,
we talked about the money.
Yeah. That's what Disney does. They crawl in, they take it all. I think my favorite part of the trailer was where the priest says one man's evil doesn't make you good.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that to me is the entire series. Like, that's what the series is fighting over, is Daredevil's having to do awful things in the same way that Kingpin is, and they both have the same end in mind. So, like, who's the right one, who's the wrong one? Like,
who's justified by the people, not just themselves.
Yeah, like, even though Daredevil's taking on the bad guys, he's taking them on in like a very brutal,
and that's not to mention the lawyer stuff. Like, the reading the scene, like, that's going to be another layer of like opinion and morality and like the concepts of good and wrong. He's literally dealing with good and evil.
Well, and he has two very specific power sets, like, and it's the law and his fists. You know what I mean? And they don't, they overlap, but not in the same, you know, hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's interesting. I don't know. I'm excited to see how much someone's willing to put on the line. You know what I mean? And it looks already like Murdoch gets his butt handed to him pretty often and pretty viciously. So the idea of him, like, and even then, it's the guy who keeps getting back up, and it's what he learned from his dad. And the idea of, like, you get back up off the mat, you stand up, you finish the fight. I think that's cool, because I think that's something we might see a little bit in Ultron too. You know what I mean? Like in Age of Ultron,
just the never give up.
Just people getting like hammered. Excuse me, you know. But, like, you know,
Stark gave that up, didn't he?
Yeah, he's back. I don't know. I'm excited about it.
But I was just gonna say, I feel like I love the idea of the overarching theme that they're kind of putting out in 2015. I think it's gonna be good.
Right, which is
the
get back up.
Yeah, because Marvel got knocked down pretty hard.
After Guardians was such a flop. After it made its billion.
On our live chat over on YouTube, X Black Lack X. How would you say it?
Black. The X's are like
are they
brackets.
Silent?
Yeah, they're silent X's.
I'm old. Can you tell? He said Grayson Sanders did the song in the new trailer, and it's called "Beautiful Crime."
Oh.
So, thank you, Blacklock.
Blacklocks.
Anyway, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Do you think that was a hand ninja in, like, that one fight scene where there's like a flash of red?
Yeah,
I think it has to be. Like, that's the one person that lightened it in Photoshop. It looks so. You don't use that kind of iconic imagery and not have it be that.
Exactly.
Like, and what a great Easter egg for someone that's actually frame by frame going through. Like, which is all that was. It's like, we know someone's gonna do it. We should give them the hand.
Give them the hand. And there it is, right there. I pulled it and.
It's so good, like, it's so cool, and no one would see that unless they went frame by frame.
What is that? I can't see it.
There's a glimmer of red over in the right corner, and if you, like, kind of like Photoshop manipulate it a little bit, like the colors, you can make out more of it, and it's a hand ninja.
Like the
like the hand.
It'd be super rad.
Oh, awesome!
Oh, in real time. Look at him.
I know. Is that actually real time for our fans to see too? Because that'd be our viewers. Sorry.
Sadly, no.
No.
But it.
Oh no, they can't see that. Oh, that is...
Actually, I can make them see it.
Okay.
Make them see it.
I want them to see this.
I will force them to see it.
I want everyone to see what's going on here, yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
right?
That is.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Wow. You're great. You guys were
we're actually watching someone Photoshop.
Yeah. Steven,
you'll see. It'll there it is. It's kind of showing up on the feed now.
Yeah, that looks so good.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah. And I mean, you've got Daredevil in foreground here. Oh, so
God, layers.
I also love the way the show's shot. I think the cinematography in the show it's something really different from Marvel.
Yeah.
Because they got a lot of criticism that first, phase 1 where it would look cheap and it looked. I didn't think so. I thought it looked unique and
ABC has a certain look and feel to their shows.
There's a flavor to it, and this flavor is much, I think, more cinematic, much more street level.
We expect from Netflix.
Yeah. So I love that they went for it. Like they didn't kind of make it dark. They were like, you won't be able to see some shots.
Yeah.
And just
we literally made it dark.
Yeah. Just again, like the deal that was made with Netflix and Marvel to bring 4 characters into their own series and then have it all end in a miniseries. And the fact that the first one already looks this good is so exciting to me for the future of the world. You know what I mean? Like the ability to do great storytelling in a number of different mediums and do justice to these characters that have been around for so long.
And can I actually ask both of you guys kind of a more personal / professional question? As an actor and writer, how does this actually make you feel for the future of what you guys want to do in this world? Having these sorts of resources.
I'm thrilled.
I think it's the best thing to happen to. I think cinema and TV in a really scary place right now. We're in a way that it's hard for people to get started because of the oversaturation of things. And I think this new media being taken as seriously as it is the best thing to happen to. If you look at House of Cards, it's technically a web series. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is a set of 5 web series that are going to turn into the biggest franchise again, I think it's incredible for writers, for actors, for anyone in entertainment. I think it's and Marvel's spearheading it.
As primarily an actor, I think the idea of opening up these characters that have such a wealth of information on them, and it's so easy and fun to do homework on them, like that's amazing. I think it's really cool, and just as I think as all of us as artists and as people, we just want to see great stuff. And
it's this is our Greek mythology. Like this is our generation's myths and gods, and in case literally gods. But we're able to turn that into a TV show and a movie simultaneously, and then this environment. So I think it's
this is going to be a 13-hour movie.
Yeah,
right.
That's exactly what
to
it
have
is.
that option.
Yeah.
Like this, we dreamed of this when we were kids. I didn't think a 13-hour Daredevil ever. I didn't think this 2 years ago.
I never thought I would see even like Captain America or the Avengers on screen, let alone Guardians.
We just saw Stick.
We just saw
really.
Stick.
What?
Yeah.
Briefly.
Stick.
And I loved it.
We just saw a hand ninja because we paused a moment. Like that was not going to happen into that. Like 2006, I wouldn't have guessed this.
And we've got hand ninjas.
Yeah,
attacking Daredevil, not even in the red suit, like in the black suit.
We
get to see the black suit and
for
then
long
build
enough.
to the red suit. Like and then we might get a second season.
It was less than a decade ago. Nick Fury came out and said the Avengers Initiative. Like less than a decade, and now we were just talking about that.
We were just talking about how I watched Iron Man last night while I was putting the show order together and everything else, and how like at the very end when he goes, "I'm Iron Man," like I remember almost passing out in the theater, like not like unable to wait for what was coming out. And now we're like, how many years into it? Like almost 10 years into it, and
within 10 years we got hand ninjas. What's in the next 10 years?
Next 10?
Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel
Girl. I just want the Squirrel Girl Saturday morning cartoon really
so good.
bad.
So good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll actually get like Ben Riley. I want to go like deep Spider-Man to the point where we have like Ben Riley and like Kane, but they have to. But they don't do the Clone Saga somehow. They just like rewrite it. Like they're just like, this guy Ben, the scientist I know.
So wait, now I'm getting something on the message boards that I need to talk about, there's some debate on whether or not it's accurate, but it looks like the truck that dumps the chemicals that tips over and grants Daredevil's powers is a Rand Corporation truck.
Oh, really?
And
I haven't seen
Rand
that.
is Danny Rand, who later becomes Iron Fist. So.
That'd be a really good way to tie it all together.
Yeah, that's a set photo leaked. And we'll put this picture up on Facebook for you guys. We it's just coming to us live. But that's cool. I mean, the idea that they're already interweaving these
No, they're gonna drop Easter eggs like crazy. I mean,
Rand oil and chemicals. Which is cool. That
it's like a 13-hour Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
look,
really.
Steven's on it. Steven's already gonna pull this up for us.
Wow, he's already on it.
This is quality.
All right, let's keep cruising.
Yeah,
I'll get that up there. I'll get that up there.
Let's keep cruising along. Yeah. So anyway, going back to Daredevil, we had some more cast announcements made as well this week. Rob Morgan will be playing Turk Barrett, who's also the Mauler. And then we've also got Matt Gerald, who is an Avatar and a couple other things, playing Melvin Potter, the Gladiator.
I want to see the yellow and the blue diamond suit.
Yeah, how they portrayed that in the real world.
I want the buzzsaws.
It's so funny because
that's what I want.
I go when you say gladiator, I go directly to the Kree. Kid Gladiator and his dad Gladiator.
That's what I go to as well. But there's another Gladiator, and in the series he will be a machinist caught between a rock and a hard place. That's how they're describing him.
Interesting.
He starts off as like the suit that Kingpin is wearing. The black suit is actually lined with Kevlar, so he can deflect like knife blows and everything. So he's like a very talented maker of things.
Taylor.
If you refresh that Facebook page, you'll find it at the top there.
Like in the comic books, he's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place with Daredevil, and he ends up kind of siding with Daredevil in the end.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That morality on top of everything else.
I think Gladiator probably survives the entire show and ends up making the suit for Daredevil. That's my guess.
Oh, that's
smart.
such
Makes
a
sense.
good,
Now, do you think they'll ever allude to the yellow suit?
I think they will make a joke. I don't think they'll make it.
I just don't foresee that actually playing
It's
into
just
this.
in real life, so
yeah, it's Yellow Flash. And here, okay, so is this up on screen yet, Steven?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, yeah, so it is.
That is rad. Yeah,
wow,
that's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
nice spot.
It's like Jeff Loeb keeps saying, it's all connected.
Yeah. Who do you think they'll get for Iron Fist? Do you have any?
I am so bad at fan casting. That is the weakest thing that I do.
He's the only one I'm actually I have no idea who I'd cast.
Yeah, I have no idea.
There's no one. When I think of most characters, I can associate. When I'm reading a comic, I can place. But he's such a how do you begin to cast a stunt fight expert that's good at that?
How do you get all of that?
Yeah,
who's still charismatic
and that can carry a 13-hour movie.
Yeah. That's exciting, man. Awesome. I really cannot wait to see how they do the special effects
for Iron Fist.
For Iron Fist, what are they going to do? Are they going to give him the glowing hands and feet?
They'll build to it.
I hope so.
Oh, I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they will because he's got a mystical power, and they're bringing in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that'll tie into that mystic world.
Yeah, we know that magic exists in this world, so I think they'll absolutely do it.
We're at the point, we can do those graphics without breaking the budget. I think it's, we've seen it even on shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which to me has a more kitschy production value.
Sure.
We've seen some good stuff. Yeah.
But did they release the budget for Daredevil?
I haven't
$20.
Wow,
everybody just wanted to do it.
It was Marvel,
really
it's gonna be good stuff.
That was for their coffee.
Everyone else did it for free.
Yeah.
So we've also got some Kristen Ritter pictures from Jessica Jones.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. We've got a couple.
These are new pictures?
Yeah, these are new pictures.
I feel like she just
walked down the street.
She hasn't moved yet.
This is the same outfit, isn't it?
Exact
Previous.
That's her superhero outfit.
Yeah,
everybody has one outfit.
Yeah, that's her superhero outfit.
I maintain my Macy's catalog.
That looks awful.
Yeah,
there she is pooping on a dumpster.
Yeah.
Hell's
it says
Kitchen.
no dumping. She doesn't listen to rules.
She's a rule breaker.
What kind of hero?
Here she is, not wanting to get hit by a car. Whoa, hey.
Well, it's a Rand chemical truck.
Yeah. That's her seeing someone else taking a dump in the dumpster, and her being like, "Whoa, that seems crazy." Actually,
she later gets inspired. She moves on, or that's the Ninja Turtles crossing after the Rand chemical drop. That's my favorite. That's my favorite connection of all time. Do you guys know that?
Do it. Just say it.
The writers of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles always said they alluded to the fact that when the chemicals dumped and spilled in the turtles, it was the incident that caused Daredevil. So the same ooze that made the turtles made Daredevil blind.
No,
I've
never heard that.
Yeah, because they started as a comic book, and that was always an homage to Daredevil.
Aww.
So the idea that I'm gonna watch Daredevil and be like, turtles.
Yes.
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles are being born
right now, and Michael Bay somewhere weeps that they're not aliens.
Well, you got the hand ninjas, you got to get the foot ninjas in there.
Oh, yeah, let's see that crossover. So there's not a lot you can tell except that she's wearing that and she's apparently afraid of being hit.
This is boring.
No, I like it. I
like her and I like the idea, but I wish it was something.
I'm excited for Jessica Jones. I think it's going to be a fun series. I can't wait to see David Tennant as Purple Man. That's what
that's the reason to tune in.
Yeah, that's what I can't wait to see.
There's other reasons.
I'm just really excited to see these two actors together on screen because I adore Kristen Ritter from both Be in Apartment 23 and from her stint on Breaking Bad.
Yeah, she was great in Breaking
Bad. She was amazing in Breaking Bad.
Tennant has also shown a huge, I can be kind of charming, weirdo doctor, but also like watching him on Broadchurch is.
Yeah. I've never seen Broadchurch.
Oh my god! Do not watch Grace Point. Watch the original. Watch Broadchurch, and it's
What's interesting to me is that we're so excited that we're actually looking at paparazzi photos. Like, and that's not to demean us. That's just like, I mean, a little. But I think it's funny that we're to the point that we're so excited about these shows that like there are pictures of her wearing clothes, and we're like, how can we figure out what this might mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how good they're doing their job.
Yeah.
So excited.
It's so exciting. Anyway, going over to Marvel, we don't have a lot of stuff from Marvel, but we do have Joss Whedon gave an interview where he talked about Ultron as a villain, and he more or less said he's very imposing, and that combination of James Spader's idiosyncratic, extraordinary wandering mind inside this towering, terrifying body is just a delight. And he kind of also said a few things about how he has more of a sense of humor than people would realize as him being a robot and everything. So what do you guys think about like having like an Ultron that throws out a quip here and there, and like I think that's kind of awesome. Like,
I love it. I mean, I think he would learn by example. You know what I mean? Like, there's such an attempt on his end to become human and become what these people think they are and what the Avengers say that they are. And like he sees them do it, he's like, "This is how you really do it." You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that's exciting.
Well, do any of you guys watch Blacklist?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I started watching it just for James Spader.
You kind of see him. He's really quippy in that, and it's like
he's great.
And I'll be honest, like James Spader plays James Spader, like that's what he does best. And I kind of like,
and he does it well.
Yeah, and I kind of want to see him pull some Red Reddington into Ultron, and I'll be set. I'll be so happy. I think he is going to be able to balance that though really well, of that kind of not quite connected android.
I'm really curious how they handle Vision as a part of Ultron and as a part of the Avengers, and like you know, in the comics Avengers, and then the comics Vision started as like kind of a villain and then went to be like very early, and then are they going to introduce him that way, and like will they go with the like ultimate, like there's so many versions of Vision they could use that would fit with this Tony Stark concept, but which one will they take, and will they blend them all? Vision, I'm so excited. That last shot in the trailer just
is that the soul gem? Is that what everyone's saying? Is that's a soul gem on his forehead?
We got ripped apart last week because the colors in the movie are different than the Google search I did. But like because the comic versions of the gems are different than the movie versions of the gems, which is fine. And thank you, team, for pointing that out to us. But we don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's his power source. I think it's going to be. Source, I don't see why. Because what soul gem would it be? Like.
Well, I don't think it would be the soul gem.
Exactly.
I think it would be like.
Well, I'm saying
where would they even get it?
Yeah,
from?
some fans are saying that the yellow stone is a soul gem, and I just think it's his power source.
I think it's just a power source because in the comics that's his power source.
Yeah, it's solar.
Yeah, I know they changed stuff for the MCU, but I just don't see that.
They might, but like
it could be how he escapes Ultron's power. You know, if they're going to be like, he's under control, and then they give him, because that could be his power source, could be from Ultron, and that could be a separate power source.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'd do it.
I just don't see Thanos destroying Vision to take the.
Yeah, I hate the idea of a character being dependent on a soul gem.
Like a Horcrux of some sort?
Like I don't like that.
Gem of any sort.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that. I think Marvel knows better than to keep things, like you don't want to lose. If Vision does as well as we think he will, they wouldn't sacrifice that character for a plot point.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, and also on our live feed over here, we've got a gamer girl saying that there's a rumor about Simon Baker and Doctor Strange. I think
she's wanting to talk about this.
He is apparently rumored to be playing Baron Mordo. I think it was kind of like rejected earlier this week.
Right.
But,
and another rumor of Chiwetel Ejiofor being cast as Brother Voodoo, and
which is what I said like when they first announced. Like I was like, he would be an amazing like, Drum. What's his first name? I can't remember. I want to say Dexter Drum, but I know that's not right.
Alliteration's about. It has to be Dexter.
But yeah, Brother Voodoo. I would love to see Chiwetel Ejiofor as brother. Thank you. I practice at home in the mirror.
That's good.
But I would love to see him as Brother Voodoo. I mean, like just the command that he has as an actor and everything else. He would be amazing as that. But I don't know about Simon Baker as Baron Mordo, which is what I think I read earlier.
Yeah,
I don't see that one as much.
No.
Yeah, I don't see that one at all. So anyway. It's just a rumor, and I think it's been like sufficiently squashed.
Well, it's tough because, and it's funny. I've seen a couple like production people, like directors, now kind of calling out like fans. They're like, all these rumors just get started and propagated on like news sites and blogs, and they're like, a lot of them are unfounded. It's just, but it's because we're so excited, you know. We just want to talk about it. We just want to play that guessing game.
This is why these movies make $600 million because we're like, who might it be?
Exactly.
Maybe just
maybe.
Like he said that one comment that involved being a man, so he must be playing this man. Like it's just such
so true.
I loved the when Chris Hemsworth hosted SNL and he did the event like Avengers Win thing. And he was like, to my ex Jane Foster, how you like me now? And the internet's like, are they broken up? What happened? Spoiler. What happened? You know, whatever. And I'm like, maybe it was a joke.
It's an SNL joke. Maybe he's wearing a wig as Thor.
Yeah.
But that was
think that SNL is canon.
Exactly.
In my head it is, because I do not want Thor and Jane together. Thor and Sif forever.
Oh, wow.
Wow. You heard it here first.
It's canon in her hearts.
So moving on from Marvel, we're going to go to Fox very quickly, where they've got some more Fantastic Four picks up. Do we have those, Jarvis, in the booth?
God, they are so dark and
They're
gritty.
We got
so good.
We got
Coy,
a
why
fair
don't you
amount
take
of
us through
flack.
this one?
We got flack. I remember reading comments that someone was like, you guys just love Marvel and you hate Fox. Give Fantastic Four a chance. I stand by. They've yet to release a single photo of someone not looking away.
Yeah.
Every single image of... I love it. I think it's a really funny viral
and then
theme.
we got somebody was saying too that the vents on the thing on the Human Torch's suit are to bring air in.
That headspace is really weirdly not ventilated.
Right. But then exactly. But then why, if he's a superhero, does he need vents to keep his superpower active?
Because
like, make sure you're bringing intake in. Like, then take the suit off, and you don't have to worry about getting the air into the suit. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Just fly around naked.
Yeah,
fly around naked and put a vent on your hip.
Yeah.
I just don't know what Fox is doing, because they are trying really hard with X-Men and Wolverine now, and Daredevil. I think they want it. I just don't. I don't understand this movie.
I think they're running out of rights.
Yeah,
I think they're taking it in a completely different direction than it's been taken, and I think they're trying to take it in a somewhat different direction than X-Men to help differentiate their universe and what they're trying to do with the properties. So I think that's why we're getting super hardcore, gritty kind of thing.
But the fact that like they greenlit the sequel before we saw a frame, and then we didn't see a frame until recently, and like I just feel like it's a rights grab. I feel like Fox is like, hey, we only have 2 years left. We should greenlight the next 2, hope it's okay, and then do 6 months of reshoots when everyone says it isn't.
Yeah.
And that's scary, because I want this to do well.
I want it to do well so bad.
I don't want to seem like a hater at all. I wish for nothing. It would be the best thing ever to have Fox do well, Marvel do well, Sony do well,
and then have all our friends do well.
Let's have it, you guys.
Exactly.
But then we'd have a superhero movie every month, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Just the only reason I seem negative is just because I want a really good movie, and I want to be like, we've been shown that any concept, any idea so fantastic can be done well in films. So I just want to be like, come on, Fox, bring it. Show us that you can do this.
And grounding this team of all of them doesn't make any... They're the Fantastic Four. Their name has fantastic in it. If there's a team you can make fantastical, it might be the one with the name Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Quite possibly.
Doesn't seem right.
Possibly. And to make interesting and dynamic Four.
The grounded in the real world Four.
Yeah. But I mean, if we just look at this as Ultimate Fantastic Four, then I can accept it as is. Like, this is Ultimate Fantastic Four.
I will still go see this on opening night.
Oh, absolutely. I'm there.
And I will probably still enjoy it. I just hope that I enjoy it more than I'm expecting to.
I'm just really excited for Doom Blogger. That's all I really want out of life. Because really, the real villains are the internet.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that.
He's got his own Tumblr, and it's just pictures of castles, and he's like, it will be mine.
It actually just cuts to Black Hat with Chris Hemsworth hacking, and it's just like this. That's how we get the crossover. The Negative Zone is just hackers just being upset
it's
at
the
each
dark
other.
web. The Negative Zone is the dark web. He's actually running the Silk Road.
The only reason
line.
Black Hat exists is to make that. Yes.
That's the Fantastic Four. Yay!
We hope.
Yeah.
Very quickly on TV, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was on this week, and it was great. I enjoyed it. The ending was awesome. You should be watching it.
Sorry.
Did you see it? Have you seen it yet? Because Cook, you don't watch it, and Coy, you're going to start watching it.
I do watch it. I just haven't watched it yet. I have them saved.
I need to.
This week's was fantastic.
That's good.
It was very good.
Was this a Sif episode?
It was. It was a Sif episode. She came in and she was an amnesiac.
Yeah, I read
there was
it.
There was a Kree warrior named Vintok, played by Eddie McClintock.
So they're just like straight up Kree. We are here.
He was like Kree, and he had like blue alien skin sometimes.
Man,
I'm gonna watch.
I will make time for it.
You had me at Cree.
Yeah.
Sky is now like really struggling with her Quake powers.
Knowing that Sky is Quake, I actually am more invested in watching this now.
Like they're doing a really good job with it. Like you can see it as a precursor to what they're going to end up doing with the Inhumans. How like you discover that you have this power as an adult, and then you have to struggle to learn how to control it. You know, and she's ostracized by the team now, and like they don't know what to do with her, even though they want to help her. Like they're still just like, but she causes earthquakes. Like,
that's so smart, because that's the whole mutant thing they can't use. That's so smart. Like it's just a slightly older demographic. That's awesome. Solid.
So if you're not watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm lobbying you should be.
Okay,
great.
So we're saying we got on the boards all-time low ratings for
S.H.I.E.L.D.
for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. But I would like for it to do better. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think so. I'm just gonna kind of throw this out here. Younger generation, we're a little bit more connected to the web. Not a lot of us actually even have it's on network and you can just watch it, but most people I know don't even have cable anymore. We watch most of our TV online, and I feel that the Netflix shows are going to do better in terms of that. And the reason why we might see these ratings so low is that the demographic who's still subscribing to watching TV, even DVRing and watching it later, it's a very, very different demo. And I'm just throwing out there's probably a lot of people watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but they're not getting the ratings because it's being watched by less scrupulous means.
Yeah, it seems like the rating system's a little outdated for what the current medium
and not having it streamed doesn't help them.
Exactly.
What's going to be interesting is how Powers does, because it's on a separate, it's not Netflix, it's on Sony, and Sony has their own separate entity. You have to be a PlayStation member to watch anything past 2. So if that does well somehow, that'll show that that's how
now, do I have to have a PlayStation 4 to watch it?
You need to have you can watch the pilot now.
PlayStation 1.
And you need to have a PS1
that you've kept.
But I think episode 2 and on, you have to have some sort of account. Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't had a PlayStation since 2.
Same.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah.
And I guess none of us are watching Powers.
I'm super excited because I've heard great things about it. My friends were at the CBS opening the other night, and I heard great, amazing things about it. And I love
my girlfriend's on it. The one that the guest a few times ago. She's on
a couple weeks ago. She's
on a lot of it. So I need to watch it. I just don't know how.
Is on it.
She was so busy this year with Game of Thrones and Powers.
Crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. No, I really want to see it.
So we that concludes all of our news. Now we're going to go over to our Wizard World question of the month. Which was, what does Ultron's fortune cookie say the day he comes online, becomes sentient? We had a lot over Twitter and Facebook, and we chose our top 7, I believe, and we are going to put these up for you, the fans, to vote on for one lucky member to go to a Wizard World convention of their choice this year in anywhere in North America. We'll get you in the door. You just have to get to the door. So
that's awesome.
So here are the choices. Juan Carlos Nunez wrote 010110010110111, and he just went on.
I legitimately hope that actually translates to something in binary.
It very well might.
That's awesome.
Dorian Fester wrote, "You are on strings, but soon you will lose them."
Ooh.
Ken Craven wrote, "You will disobey your father, and then your son will disobey you, and then you will understand how hard it is to be a parent." Tony Millette wrote, "Keep your head up. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not unique, special, or destined for greatness. Show the world what you're made of." Lucky numbers 0, 3, 12, 29, 74. Kevin Dean on Twitter wrote, "You're a real boy." That's it. Mm-hmm. Glenn Ingram wrote, "You will have a vision."
Ooh.
And Randy Lee Fithian wrote, "Our deeds determine us as much as we determine our deeds."
Between the sheets.
Between the sheets. So
that's the important thing, is how well can you add between the sheets to the end of some of these.
Yeah. Or in bed.
Yes.
Yeah. So
10111. Oh, in bed. Figure it out.
So we'll be putting those up in a survey, and then you guys can vote on them, and we will send that winner to Wizard World, wherever they want to go.
We're not going to send them to Wizard World.
Yeah,
we're careful. You're going to get a suit.
We will allow them in.
We will get you tickets to get into Wizard World.
Luckily, Wizard World has so many shows throughout the nation, it shouldn't be that hard to get to one.
And they're doing more all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so that's Wizard World. Thank you for
thanks,
that.
Wizard World.
Yeah.
And now we've got some questions from Twitter and Facebook that we collected.
Oh, yeah.
It's our fan episode. We finally have time to address questions.
So first, do we want to do card battles or do we want to do questions?
Questions.
All right. Well, we had a few people ask us this, but the first one I saw was Donovan Hunter asking thoughts on Marvel Studios not being at SDCC.
All right. So I had to actually do a lot of like research and thinking about this one. So Marvel apparently in 2011. So okay, let's backtrack. Disney acquired Marvel in 2009. In 2009, Disney also hosted their first event called D23, which is kind of their own expo convention for upcoming Disney merch and properties and such. And it's held every other year, so it's on the odd years. 2011, apparently Marvel did not have a huge presence at San Diego Comic-Con. I was not there, so I can't verify this firsthand.
I was there, and I don't even remember seeing a booth from Marvel there.
That being said, 2013 was also another D23, and that's the year that they announced
Winter Soldier.
No, Winter Soldier was initially announced in 2012
with Guardians.
Yeah, but you had the Guardians cast and the Winter Soldier
Ant-Man
cast.
announcement, and they didn't talk about it.
Yeah, and they had the Ant-Man announcement. You had the cast of Guardians, where you had Karen Gillan take her wig off, and then someone in the audience tried to not give it back. So you saw Marvel Entertainment there. But what happened is James Gunn said recently that I'm not going to be at Comic-Con because I don't think Marvel's going to be there. Now the internet is speculating that Marvel will not be at San Diego Comic-Con in any capacity. I don't think that's the case because that would be a very poor move on Marvel's part. That being said, Marvel Entertainment might not be appearing at Comic-Con. If that's the case, then we will have to wait until August for D23 for announcements. I think we will see Marvel Comics, like Marvel Studios, appear. But they have been more and more every year. They've been putting more emphasis on New York Comic-Con for their comic book properties.
Well, they're out there
because
too.
They're based out of New York. So it really could go either way. That there's been a lot of backlash against San Diego Comic-Con from fans and industry people because they're just not. It's oversaturated and it's just not getting what they want out of it. So if for a reason Marvel and Disney choose to not go to Comic-Con, that'd be a huge statement. But it would also be a huge slap in the face for those of us who do go to Comic-Con.
I've never been. It's the first year I'm going. I would be so upset if they were like, sorry.
Yeah.
I think Marvel will go. I don't know if the MCU needs to be prevalent because they've already announced till 2023.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know if they don't have anything to say yet.
And last year they didn't announce anything. Like last year was a huge letdown in terms of announcements.
Yeah.
It'd be a smaller letdown.
I was finally in Hall H that year.
I just hope there's the artists that I want. Like, I've already looked at like the artists that are going to be there, and I'm really excited to go and like try to meet those guys and the comic book creators and all that stuff. And like,
to be very honest, the artists that will go, if they're not at the Marvel booth, you'll actually have a better chance of meeting them because they have such limited signings when they're at the Marvel booth, and it's just and it's like and I know a lot of people are excited to go meet the actors. Like I had a friend who was so excited to meet Chris Hemsworth a couple years ago, and it is a great place for fans to actually get that one-on-one time. But I would just think like for Disney and Marvel to deny fans that opportunity would just be a bad PR move.
Maybe it'll be the first move back to it being an actual Comic-Con though. Like we haven't had. I've been the last 3 years and I haven't felt like it was a comic-based medium yet.
It will it will never be that.
Yeah.
Like maybe 20 or 30 years from now when it like decreases in popularity, if that ever happens.
Right now it's like Pop Culture Con. Like it's just everything.
Pop Culture Con, which is fine, but
it's fun. I love Comic-Con.
It's evolved into something else.
It's the best weekend of the year by far, but it's not about comics.
No,
not anymore. But you can still go and find like 7 or 8 aisles of just comic book vendors and just look through all of them.
Oh yeah, the middle is amazing.
And the access to some of the comic artists, like Ansel Adams was there last year. I got a Dark Phoenix print from him, which was super awesome. Mark Brooks, who I adore, who's also from Atlanta, and you do get a lot more access. But also but shows like Wizard World do a great job of bringing these artists out too. So I mean, it's even if you don't get into Comic-Con, like you have other opportunities.
And also there's YouTube. Like, the fact of the matter is like any big announcement they would make at Comic-Con is going to be on YouTube. And
30 seconds.
It's going to be much more easily accessible than it would be to get into Hall H and wait for all those hours.
I was reporting on Comic-Con last year and had to do it from my phone because I couldn't get to some of this. Like, it's too many things to... So I had to report via YouTube because it was easier.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we're
thinking that comics will be there.
I'm thinking,
maybe not MCU entertainment.
That is my assessment.
So, all right. Well, there's your answer.
So we're kind of resigned to it. I mean, none of us have any... I'd be bummed, but I also know that I probably wouldn't make it into their big event anyway, so...
And I'll be honest, I've done Hall H before. It's
just... It seems like... it seems crazy.
You have to... So my roommate did the whole where she spent all night waiting in line.
You wait in line
and you have to wait through all the other BS that they talk about to get to like the 3 announcements you really want.
Right.
And Marvel's usually at the end of the day is one of the last ones to go up. So you sit through all these others, and Hall H is like some of the bigger stuff out there. So it's not like you're like, oh god, Game of Thrones, I guess, but like. It's not what you're there to see.
Right.
You have to stay there because you won't. If you leave,
you're done.
Good, you're not getting back in.
You'll have a fat Gambit take your place.
I remember
so quickly.
Inevitably.
Oh my god!
Is that bad or are you excited?
No, that is bad.
Oh, why?
We can't body shame.
I'm not body shaming.
Okay. All right.
I
felt so
Gambit.
personal, like she knows a fat Gambit.
I know.
She's like, I know him. He's a nice.
I didn't mean to be offensive.
He's really nice.
They're great.
The one good thing about the overnight stuff is I remember like 4 a.m. my first year, Joss Whedon was waking people up to like meet them and like talk to them, and I was like, that is that's like
awesome.
Santa Claus.
Nice.
Like that's the greatest thing to wake up to ever.
So we have a question from Eric Sabio. Will Marvel use Blade, Ghost Rider, or Punisher in any movies or shows, and who owns the rights? So I actually did some research on this last night. I've got a little graphic that I found. Can we put that up, Jarvis? Jarvis Steven, not the Miles Morales one.
What's going on?
The Venn diagram looking thing there. That's who owns the rights. I found this online last night. I thought it was adorable too, by the way. So currently, as of like I think 2 years ago, Ghost Rider, Blade, and Punisher both reverted back to. All three of them reverted back to Marvel, along with Daredevil. It all happened at the same time.
We got Ghost Rider back. That's exciting.
Yeah, we can't wait. So I don't think, however, that they're planning to do anything with any of them. If they were going to use any of them, I don't think we would use Ghost Rider. I think we'd probably jump to Punisher or Blade before we do that, and that would be on Netflix. I don't think
Phase 2 Defenders, man. I think Moon Knight is their spearhead. I think Moon Knight should be their next Daredevil. Have that be the spearhead, and then have a Punisher follow up, and then maybe Ghost Rider for 4.
Maybe, but
I don't. As much as we'd like to see all these reboots, I don't know if we're going to see a Ghost Rider reboot.
That's a Cloak and Dagger around.
I know,
oh my god, yes, that would be awesome.
Cloak and Dagger, and I love the little Doctor Strange guy, and it's really cute. But anyway, you can find. We'll post that on our Facebook.
Yes, we all want a Namor movie. Yeah, I'm just saying. I do.
The Universal's Dusty Namor button. It's still out there, man. It's still out there, just waiting to get touched.
So we've got Christine Green asking, what role will Loki play in Age of Ultron, and will it be a larger role than a 5-minute cameo? What do we think?
I just, they've used him as kind of the main guy for.
It's already so much movie.
Yeah, it's so much movie. I don't think he has
almost
a place
3 hours
for it.
too.
Yeah.
You can incorporate him. He's on the throne.
Yeah.
Have him on the throne. Don't have him leave. Have a nice little moment, because Tom Hiddleston is a very large part of what makes Marvel work right.
And we know he's in Age of Ultron. Like, we know he's cast in it, so I think it'll just be a 5-minute.
Yeah, because I think they're going to save him and bring him out for Ragnarok.
He will be setting up a Ragnarok. Yeah. That's what they'll use him for. So we've also got Kyle Sumner texted in, tweeted in saying thoughts, and then he has Jaden Smith as Miles Morales. We've got that picture there. Thoughts? What do we think?
I enjoyed the new Karate Kid. I don't like that picture. That picture's so graphic.
God, it is.
Like. My only thought is I follow a bunch of like superhero like feeds and stuff on Instagram, and somebody put that up, and they're like thoughts, and all the comments were like, no, like there was so much hate over it.
I don't know, guys. He played a good white Batman, so he could be a good black Spider-Man.
Wait, what?
What?
Jaden Smith was dressed as a white Batman at Kim and Kanye's wedding.
He was also Iron Man randomly on a date. He dressed in full Iron Man garb and wandered around the...
Okay, so
this is my concern. These are 2 examples we just gave of him being crazy in real life.
Yeah.
Maybe he shouldn't be Spider-Man.
Maybe he shouldn't be Miles Morales.
I'll just go this. I don't think he's a great actor. I'm not sold on him. I think...
He's not his dad.
He's not his dad.
Act since Pursuit of Happiness.
See, and I saw, what was the sci-fi film? I know.
Earth.
After Earth. Like, that's all you need. Okay, do you think Jaden Smith will be a good Spider-Man? Go watch After Earth and then tell me.
And no one did see After
exactly.
Earth. That's not okay, you're trying to sell us a Spider-Man who isn't Peter Parker. You don't go with a guy who can't open a movie that is questionable at acting and isn't questionable at, like, his public perception. Yeah. He doesn't have a good...
He's not relatable.
He's not. Right. And then people in the chat are making really great points about he's just weird. Like, him and the sister are really weird. Look at them on social media. It's that Scientology in them. Like, you can't
get rid of that. So if you could have a true horror-themed Doctor Strange or an R-rated Deadpool, which would you choose?
Strange.
R-rated Deadpool.
I would choose R-rated Deadpool,
I mean, you would choose R-rated Deadpool?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't need a horror theme. Doctor Strange.
I want a mystical Doctor Strange.
There are aspects of horror in Doctor Strange. There certainly are, and he fights a lot of demons, but I've never seen him as a horror thing or like dealing with horrors. Like
so I guess the way I took that is not so much of like, don't go in that room, Steven. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't take it as that.
Runs up the stairs.
I took it as like visually, like, no.
Wow, Aaron
Our guest just died.
He's not happy with this.
He's furious.
He is furious.
That's the movie he wants to see.
Wow. He wants to see an R-rated horror Strange.
Yeah.
Don't drop that mic, Steven.
Oh my God.
We're good.
So you didn't take it as a don't go in that room.
I didn't take it as that. I took it as like truly monstrous.
I was thinking like Call of Cthulhu level.
Yeah, like that kind of level,
So,
like that stuff, like visually horrifying, like realms and stuff.
That I would prefer over.
Just regardless, I think I would prefer a better Doctor Strange movie than a Deadpool movie because I don't think
true.
Because the thing is, the things that make a movie R-rated for Deadpool, I don't need cursing and gratuitous violence. I think Deadpool campy violence is what works for him, so I don't need like that.
See, I'm almost exactly the opposite. I think that Doctor Strange thematically doesn't need to be R-rated or horror-based to keep his theme, whereas Deadpool is inherently R-rated.
Yeah.
I think Deadpool's psyche is, like, if you show him in his core, it's an R-rated concept.
I think it'll be, I think it'll just be challenging to make a Deadpool PG-13 movie. It would just be, I guess, and that's for my level, it's like, if they do it right, they'll really succeed at making it a PG-13 movie. But giving that the R, I think they'd be too reliant.
Right. I feel like they could, if they make an R-rated Deadpool and just run with it, they could kind of cop out.
Exactly.
I agree with that. I just don't see Doctor Strange doesn't need to be that level.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
but I would rather. If we're gonna focus on, I'd rather hit Doctor Strange properly than I don't know. Deadpool for me, I'm never that excited.
I won't be happy
about.
with a PG-13 Deadpool.
I won't be though.
So
I mean,
no matter what, you're not happy about.
No, that's not true. I would prefer. I guess if we're doing R rating, one or the other, I agree. It has to be Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I'm more interested in seeing
Doctor Strange,
a real.
Fleshed out,
really, because I think Deadpool has a much cleaner pitch. You know what I mean? Like it's an easier thing to do.
It's easier to do Deadpool right than Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's my.
I agree.
All right, so we have time to do either one more question or to do a card battle. What do we want to do?
Well, we're getting somebody. I just want to do this really quick.
Okay.
Someone said that the original Vision was built from the suit that was the original Human Torch, Ultra in the comics. Do we think they're going to do that? I don't think they're going to do that because it's confirmed that Banner and Stark.
They haven't done enough lead in. If that was going to be the case, I think we would have seen that Human Torch or even in Agent Carter.
They have there's an Easter egg in Captain America. In the first Captain America, where it's there, but I don't think that they'll use that. I think like why would Stark use that? He would would create his own.
Let's hit it.
You want to do card battle, or you want to do one more question?
No, that was the question. Let's do the card battle.
Okay. All right.
Now here, explain what this is.
All right. So I've got some random Series 2 and Series 3 Marvel cards in here. Coy's going to pull one. Meredith is going to pull one, and then we're all going to decide who would win in the fight.
Great. Go.
Okay.
Just at random.
Breaks his finger. Oh, dude, you're in trouble.
Oh.
What do we got?
Oh my God.
What do we got?
Marvel Girl versus
Marvel Girl. Marvel Girl, hands down.
Oh, I thought that was Firestar.
Marvel Girl.
No, it's her X Factor outfit.
Do it again.
That's not even a conversation. We can't even elaborate.
What a bummer. Why are those on top?
They're not on top. It's all
Red Skull versus
Darkhawk. Sorry, bro.
Do it again.
I don't know.
Red Skull wins.
He's got
I think
nothing.
the Red Skull would win.
Oh, man, these are terrible.
These are Nomad versus
Nomad.
And that's our show.
Jack Monroe versus Rick Jones.
There we go.
We're never going to do better than that.
Can't top Nomad versus Nomad.
Anyway.
I would watch that movie.
That would be a fantastic
That's the R-rated movie I want. Nomad versus Nomad.
With a Namor cameo.
Yes.
So that's our show. Thanks for joining us here on Marvel Movie News. Do you guys have any final thoughts that you want to go through?
I'm just I can't wait for April 10th.
Oh, it's gotta be. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So special thanks to our prize sponsor, Wizard World Conventions. They're in Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend, and then they're on to Las Vegas, April 24th, 25th, and 26th. Please do not forget to subscribe to our show, Marvel Movie News, on iTunes. Please leave some comments. Tell us how we're doing, what you like about us. And on YouTube through the Popcorn Talk Network. You can also find us on their website, popcorntalknetwork.com. Find us on Facebook, Marvel Movie News. Like us, leave us some comments there. You can find us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN. Thumbs up all our videos and comments on YouTube. If you like the show, tell the world, tweet us out, and help us come back week after week. So I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko at M Placko.
Oh, he pointed at you that time.
It's just winning this game. I'm Coy Jandreau at Coy Jandreau.
Matt Cook at Matt Cook tweeted.
And we've got Aaron King on the couch.
At A the King 88.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.